Hello people, I am Skydemolisher and welcome to Chapter 4 of the Transformers Fall of Cybertron Let's Play. This week we're playing as Cliffjumper in the Sea of Rust. Cliffjumper must scout the blasted ruins of the Sea of Rust, looking for clues to Grimlock and his team's disappearance.
This is as close as I can get to Grimlock's last known location until the rust storm clears up.
It'll have to do, Sideswipe. You ready, Cliffjumper?
Always. Try not to have too much fun without me.
All right, just keep your channels open in case the rescuers need some rescuing. Let's do it.
My sensors are jammed. Optics barely working.
Keep moving. We gotta find cover. Through here.
I love jazz.
Look out!
Now you might notice that Cliffjumper uses the same body as Bumblebee. That's something they also shared in the Generation 1 cartoon.
Jazz, that ship's markings match the one that was stolen from the base.
There's a good bed.
Although the odd thing is, you know, Bumblebee was always shown only having like his little gun. Cliffjumper in the first episode pulls out a massive cannon that's honestly like the same height as he is in length. It's never been explained as to where this massive cannon came from, or why he had it.
Grimlock leaves quite the trail.
Cliff, we got company. Time to play hide and seek.
This is kind of amusing because Cliffjumper didn't actually have a cloaking ability in the cartoon. That was Mirage.
Yes, sir. Keep it down until we find out why they're here. Take him out, all quiet like.
The new cloaker's working great. The door's sealed shut.
I see an access tunnel behind all that junk.
I'll take care of that.
You know, for when you need to remain quiet and not alert people, using a bomb really doesn't seem like the best of ideas.
Find Grimlock faster if we split up.
Keep your channel open. See inside.
So, if you haven't picked it up yet, this episode is like the Assassin's Creed episode of Fall of Cybertron. It's very much meant to be a stealth mission.
Jazz, you reading this?
Keep your distance.
Maybe we can ask him which way Grimlock went. Looks like a dead end. I see a crane, but can't reach it. Any
Yeah.
ideas?
Given that, you know, the original series was like robots in disguise as their motto, it's kind of funny that Mirage, Jazz, and Wheeljack were all racing cars. So, not exactly cars that you could just hide in the city.
Jazz,
And a bit like,
Apologies, Cliffjumper. Glass gas is not available.
Warpath. You know, a giant red tank. Would also look kind of out of place. In a city. And on the other side of things,
in the Sea of Rust?
the Seekers. Starscream is probably the only one that actually had colouring that would sort of fit in with a military jet, being he's red, grey and blue. But Skywarp and Thundercracker
Just find a way for me to reach the
don't
control room.
exactly have markings that make them disguised in a military sense. I mean, Skywarp is purple and black, and Thundercracker was like yellow, blue, and purple, I think. I don't know, I'll just turn around. Mainly blue and grey for Thundercracker, and definitely black and purple for Skywarp. Why did I turn around? Well, you see, Starscream is sitting about a metre away from me at the moment with his crown, and about a metre behind me are Skywarp and Thundercracker, all the Combiner Wars figures of them, of which I only just finished getting this year, thanks to another member of TFNZ, whose name currently eludes me. But thank you, who sold me that. Oh, wait. I think his name was Nick, actually. Same as my brother. But he's not my brother. He lived in Christchurch.
Just like that, Starscream takes control? Nah, he's no Megatron. Better than Shockwave.
So, you can't really say that...
was about to ask you the same question.
right. So I shouldn't have done that, because that...
Cliff, the controls for the trash compactor are just ahead.
Yeah,
Use it to hitch
sorry.
a ride.
having conversations and not paying attention, and that was not very good.
Uh-oh. Need some repairs soon.
You're leaving nothing behind but a cloud of vapor!
Well, my intention really wasn't to hide, as such.
This is better.
I really should have waited there. But yeah, so, like, Skywarp and Thundercracker really fit in with, like, I guess, show
Yeah, 'cause I blasted all you
military jets.
Cliff, you know you have a cloaker, right?
fools.
Some handy weapons here if you need weapons. I don't need weapons myself, though. What I'm actually looking for is an Energon cube, of which there might not be any. I don't know. Speak of the devil, right there, Energon cube. Thundercracker and Skywarp were definitely like showcraft in their colour. You know, like those, what is it, the Red Devils, and there's probably a flight team called the Blue Jays or something. You know, aerial acrobatic crews. That's what their colouring would suit. Whereas Starscream could probably actually be an actual.
Think I can position that crane to get across.
That thing looks
Experimental cloaking technology test subject.
pretty rusty, Cliff.
Jumper.
Don't make a scene.
It'll be fine.
Starscream could really fit in with military bases. The reason I bring this up is because in the original cartoon they actually go onto military bases and they're not detected. But I'm pretty sure that if, like, a jet showed up that's not the correct colouring,
See?
Yeah, that wasn't loud at all.
you'd certainly be alerted to the fact that it's not,
You're not helping.
it's not one of yours.
You don't get targeted.
You know, I mean, spoilers here, but look at the first Transformers film by Michael Bay. I can't remember the call sign, but I remember that it ended as X-ray. It was like, was it 4500 X-ray? And somebody says, well, that doesn't make sense. That helicopter was shot down. Blah, blah, blah. Well,
Man, get out of there.
check it again.
When you're right.
Well, I don't really need to check it again because my friend was on that that chopper when it went down. It certainly ruins the disguise if the military can actually pick up
Entering
that
what looks to be
you're
some kind of ancient tomb.
in a location you're not meant to be.
Signal weak from the stars. Keep me posted till I can catch up.
What the?
It's like that little green beam from, was it Eraser or something? Arnold Schwarzenegger film.
Clem, you there? I'm in the...
So obviously this technology came into being after the last game, so they've been trying to figure out ways to combat cloaking technology.
Storm is picking up. Brace yourself.
Now, if I'm not mistaken,
Jazz, you all right?
Well, I'll be glad you're inside. This rust isn't doing my gears any favors.
I hear more Decepticons. Time to go dark.
yeah. I quite like the you know, the look of these buildings, because they've sort of kept with the Sea of Rust idea. But it also kind of has a like a Warhammer 40k. So as you can see, as you slowly shoot away at that guy, parts of his armor disappear. Oh, look at that. An assassination through a wall. That's probably not something that was meant to be programmed into the game. So, slight bug there. So you got to wonder how he got here, eh? I suppose in a way he would have just crawled through the hole.
That wasn't so tough.
Unlike myself, who has to transform into a car
Whoever these tombs belong
to drop in.
they sure got around.
The ancients prided themselves as star explorers. These tombs must be where they kept any cosmic souvenirs. The rust hasn't
And
been
in, was it Transformers Prime? They use the space bridge technology in those to go through gates and, you know. Actually, I think it's mentioned in Prime too. You know, that they would seed the stars with other Autobots, or other Cybertronians, I should say. It's certainly a storyline that's more picked up by the comics.
Ancient explorers, huh?
Oh, sorry, forgot to pull the lever. Anyways, not that I play Warhammer 40k anymore, but this kind of architecture does remind me of the sort of thing you would see in that.
Would you look at that?
In the future, there is only
Jazz,
war.
I've stumbled into some kind of ancient
Saying
map
of
room
40K.
of the universe.
Does the map point to something big and ugly named Grimlock?
No. Jazz, you should see
See?
this place.
That's
It's
Earth,
beautiful.
Well, that's nice. Write a poem
and our
about it
sun.
and move on.
You know, I really wish that we had like observatories like
Suppose
this.
the ancients visited
Or
all these places?
I'm not sure what the name is
Jazz?
for you know,
Signal cut out again.
like a place where you can go and look at the stars, where it's actually projected up onto the walls. Like this, I'm guessing is hologram technology. So that would actually be quite a nifty thing to go and see. You know, in saying that, maybe it is actually something that exists, and I think if it is, it's probably something in Auckland, because as far as I'm aware, we don't have anything like that here in Christchurch. Not that I live in Christchurch, I live outside of Christchurch.
Shift it down a gear,
But I
Jazz.
don't remember
I'll
there
handle this.
being anything in Christchurch like that. Yeah. I can't remember the actual name for it.
Shockwave around again. I thought we were all on the same side. Starscream is always on his side. Period.
But I'm pretty sure that the word is not like Star Aquarium. I'll wait for my cloak to come up again. Let's just admit it, when it comes to stealth missions, I'm a lot more happy to go Rambo. Or, what is it? Dutch from Predator. Or whatever Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in Commando was called. Admittedly, when I played Battlefield 1, I played the first couple rounds of that assassin style, so I was using like hand-to-hand combat weapons instead of trying to shoot people. Whoops. So I obviously accidentally triggered that guy.
Enemy gone. Resuming search.
Oh well, this isn't good.
Knock, knock.
See how the armor goes away at the top of his head?
One down, lots to go.
Oh! I did not pick up that there was another one. I thought there was just the two that I had just killed. See? It pays to be aware of your surroundings, which I'm pretty sure is a message that they try to drum into you in Assassin's Creed. One that I promptly ignore and go out and just murder everything. Assassin's Creed to me is like Happy Murder Simulator.
Secure this room.
Yes, sir.
Wait, yep. It is coming down behind me.
Autobots closing in.
Discrepancy detected. You cannot hide.
Well, not really planning on hiding, to be honest.
All that target practice paid off.
I'm gonna turn you inside out.
I mean, given the option to be,
Shooting you guys
like,
is
invisible, I'm going for the invisible thing. Looks down to make sure microphone was turned back on after cutscene. Microphone was turned on after cutscene, I think. Yes, microphone was turned on after cutscene. I haven't just been sitting here for,
Well, if anyone can find a way to make it work, it's Shockwave.
I don't know how long.
Scary.
Long. This is actually the, if you're wondering why I'm sort of shooting through this, this is the second time I have played this.
I didn't think you would.
I've been playing around with the settings in OBS and with my Elgato, and unfortunately some of the settings that I changed resulted in my videos chewing through the memory of my laptop.
We got Autobots on us.
So I spent maybe 40 minutes shooting this before, only to find that my hard drive had been filled and
Engaging scanner.
it was not actually recording anymore. Unfortunate for me. So I've cleared up my hard drive so that I can sit here and record this. And then turn around. You see, if I knew, was it Total Eclipse of the Heart, that could have continued into a joke. I don't really know that song that well. I just know that there's a lot of jokes that come about from turnaround. Much like the... Whoops. Oh no, I didn't get caught that time. The good old, we're halfway there. Which often leads people into the living on a prayer, lemon on a chair, anything that can rhyme with that line. I wonder if that statue is what would become Solus Prime.
Massive sword scrapes, trail of
I feel like
destruction.
I was talking
Yeah,
about something
Grimlock
before
went
and
through
I've
here.
now
Wow.
promptly forgotten what I
Grimlock
was
doesn't
talking
leave
about
much
because
to
I went
chance,
off on a
does he?
tangent
Giving him
about
too
other
much credit.
things.
Grimlock's a hothead.
So,
Just respect the director.
if this
that's
is your
all.
first time watching this, or watching one of the videos I make, hello. I have a tendency to trail off into other things, and then I forget what I'm talking about. And, never go back to it.
Cliffjumper, we gotta
Isn't he
move.
cool
That
looking
rust
though?
storm is
I love
picking up
Jazz.
again.
Jazz, look out!
So those statues very much set up like the, what is it, the Argonath
Jazz?
from
Do you read me?
Lord of the Rings.
Crap, he fell right into a Decepticon patrol.
I quite enjoy those films actually. So you got a head there that's sort of like a cross between the T-101 or the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator and the... I can't remember the one from Rise of the Machines. I want to say it's like a T-8000, but I don't think it is a T-8000. Maybe it's a T-8. But that wouldn't make sense
Worry,
because
buddy.
like
I'm
the
coming.
Arnold's is a T-101 and the one that was in T2 was a T-1000. Or was it a TX in the third film? I can't even remember the actress's name that that portrayed it. I want to say it's like Christian or Christiana Cruick or something, but I don't think that's right. Although I think the name was Christiana or something similar to that. Here's behind me. Execute! Execute Order 66.
Over here.
I wonder if your feelings on this matter are clear, Lord Vader. Not that I think I do a particularly good Palpatine voice, or Palpatine voice.
Cliff,
You must be
there.
careful of your
Glad to
friend
hear you're still
Palpatine.
functioning.
I've been
And
down.
your friend...
We're gonna need some help.
No, was it your friend Palpatine? And your pal Friend Patine? That was always a terrible joke, but I still think it's funny. I'm sure that there's more around here. Oh. Yep. Right there. So, hopefully, we avoid them. Well, I've come too far the wrong way. Let's decloak for a moment so we can regain some of our cloak ability. And then turn it back on. Now, did the other one pick me up? No, it did not. But it might pick me up if it turns around. But it doesn't turn around. Glorious murder!
Shooting over my coordinates? Nah.
Got him. On my way.
I like these handles. They remind me of those old time like ship things, you know?
Don't move, Autobot. I know there were 2 of you. Where is your partner?
Partner? No,
Right
I was
behind
just out
you,
here
mate.
for a little-
You're welcome.
Oh, that was close. Hey, you think you can lift this thing off me?
I always found it interesting how strong Cliffjumper is in this, because he's not really shown to be a particular... Well, maybe he is shown to be
Storm's
strong,
clearing. We're gonna have
but
cars in our position
you
in
wouldn't
no
expect
time.
him to be,
Quick, follow me.
given his size, you know. I mean, the one that had, like, a small size but was actually quite strong was the appropriately named Brawn. Of course, in the movie, Brawn really didn't live up to his great power. But I think he was better than Gears. Gears had like a videotape thing in his chest, which could make him very friendly. Anyway, so those are now like the snipers.
Coming with me.
They have a very like bug
This
look
looks
to them.
tricky.
Nice job, Cliff.
Scrap. Looks like it caved in. Exactly what I needed. Show off. Can you lift that thing?
No.
Let me have it.
And I like that they used a voice that's somewhat close to Jazz's original voice. Now, Jazz originally in the 80s was voiced by, I believe his name was Scatman Carruthers.
Grimlock.
You might know him from such
Why do you
films
suppose
as
Grimlock came out
The
here
Shining.
anyway?
Probably after the same thing the cons are after. Whatever that is. Nobody's heard from Grimlock or his team since.
Grimlock has a team?
They call themselves
Strike some.
the Lightning Striker, something or other.
That's terrible. Jess, look.
If you had your own team, what would you call it?
The toxic byproduct of Energon
I'm pretty sure
refining.
Grimlock's team was called the Lightning Strike Action Force.
Cliff, I'm detecting a faint distress signal. It's Autobot.
At least I'm pretty sure that's the name of that particular team. And if you haven't watched previous episodes of this and you don't know why I keep doing that, it's because that is a very cheap way of refreshing your ammo.
Sealing up like a safe.
We need to find a way to open it.
At least I'm pretty sure it is.
These canisters are full
I
of
believe it
toxic
is.
goo. Pretty sure I can rig
And
a
thus
good-sized
I shall
bomb
not
to
be
blow
robbed
the
of
lid.
my belief
Meet me in the
that
control room.
it has been
Snipers might have
replenishing
other
my
ideas.
ammunition. That's a good way to find out. That's on 324. So if I log in,
Apologies, Cliffjumper.
I
Glass
leave out.
gas is
Yep,
not available.
see, it's gone up to 360. Illuminati confirmed.
And stay down.
Oh, not yet, you're not. Obviously, yeah. I was going to say, there's another one around. Another 2 around. Doesn't this fondly bring up summer for you, you know? All that time spent swatting flies and mosquitoes and other annoying flying things from the house. Unless you don't like killing insects, in which case you don't do that, but I do. Because they, well, no, I don't kill them straight out. I'll admit to that. Most things I allow the chance to live. But if they keep annoying me after they've been given their warning, then yes, they die.
You picked the wrong side, pal.
See what I mean? Like, this actually looks like something you would find in Warhammer 40,000. In many ways I wish the bodies didn't just disappear.
Cliff, I rigged the bomb.
Be there in a parsec.
Fine. Steal my opportunities to do stuff. No. Actually, I better just do this quickly.
Experimental cloaking technology test subject, Cliff Jumper.
No. The thing I find amusing about this is not only does it kind of look like the tank form of what was his name? He had like an Autobot name in Transformers Prime when we first made him, but he had, spoiler, he turns out to be Shockwave. This looks sort of like that. There is a character in the current the current series that looks like it too. Although part of me wants to say that it's Cerebros, who would be the headmaster for Fortress Maximus. Which, well, I didn't mean to use my Energon thing, but that's okay.
Shotgunners! They aren't making this easy!
For this particular level though, the use of a clutch is quite handy. Because I mean, you don't want your bomb to go off early. And as you can see, it does have a health level. Although, when you think about it, it's such a bad idea, isn't it? Like, it's a bomb. Why are you shooting it? Well, honestly, if you're a bomb defusal person, you wouldn't run around shooting bombs.
Arming the bomb. Deal with the rest of these cons.
What cons? Oh. Shotgun. Another shotgun.
The detonator ain't responding. You're gonna have to set the timer off manually. You're gonna need to plant a det pack on the bomb.
On it!
It's like that exhibit thing, isn't it? I put a bomb on your bomb so you could be the bomb. That was a terrible joke. But I'm not apologizing.
Nice job, Cliff. Ooh, that's a long way down. You stay here. Keep an eye out.
What? No. I'm not called Cliff Jumper for nothing. You stay here. I'll take the plunge.
Later.
That's cheating!
I'm not actually entirely sure Cliff Jumper was actually named because he jumps off cliffs. Maybe he was. Anyway, as this is now chapter 5 and we were playing chapter 4, I'm afraid to say that this is the end of the episode. I did turn my microphone back on. Good. So, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. And if you know somebody else that might be interested in this kind of content, send them my way. Next week we will be playing Chapter 5, Cut and Run, in the Undercity Sewers with Jazz, with his G1 accurate grapple hook. Well, maybe the hook's not accurate as such, but he did have the grapple hook in G1. So, until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye.